So we're at the lobby of the Lium Museum, and I'm Daniel Birnbaum, the curator of Kaleidoscope Eyes. It is the biggest AR show ever produced in a museum. The whole show is dematerialized. There are no books, there's no physical aspect to it at all. My name is Daniel Birnbaum. I'm the curator of Kaleidoscope Eyes, a large exhibition here at the Lium Museum. It's an exhibition with the augmented reality works. And that means you can't see anything. You can only see things if you look at the works through telephones or iPads. I call the show Kaleidoscope Eyes because it's about vision, it's about the eye, but it's also about the relationship between our eyes and technology. The kaleidoscope is a device through which you can see the world in a different way. And it's actually a quote from a very famous song from the 1960s by the Beatles. It's called Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, and there's talk of a girl with kaleidoscope eyes. So the idea of the kaleidoscope eyes then would be to emphasize the relationship between our human vision and the fact that we look at things through technologies today. We all surround ourselves with all kinds of devices, with telephones and other digital devices. I've always been interested in the relationship between art and technology, and I think that we're right now in a kind of paradigmatic shift. New mediums have appeared, augmented reality and virtual reality, and it seems to me that this is a very interesting moment for artists. So Kaleidoscope Eyes is actually one of the largest, or maybe the largest, augmented reality show that has ever been staged. It's 16 artists who produce a number of works, and they're installed here at the Lium Museum, outside the museum and inside the museum. And they're all very different. Some of them are small and they don't move, they're static. Some of them are huge and have sound or even narration and a little bit of storytelling even. I think it's an interesting fact that this museum stages this show, and I'm very happy with the collaboration. And there are many works here on the plaza outside, and one of the key works, I think, is a work by Chao Fei, the Chinese artist. And Chao Fei is an artist who's always been interested in the dialogue between new technical possibilities and art. She worked already with Second Life many, many years ago. We've done a number of works with her in virtual reality and in augmented reality. And she's produced a story about a scientist from China and a scientist from Russia who fall in love. And it's a story that actually is told in several mediums. She made a film about it, and we made a virtual reality piece. And this augmented reality piece is part of that story. And the little boy who we meet is actually Chao Fei's own son. And it's a very convincing version of the son. He looks just like Chao Fei's son. And he's talking about his father, and it's part of this story.
Excuse me.
So art has always appeared in relationship to technologies. Think about photography or film. The video camera changed things, and television and the internet. And today we have augmented reality and virtual reality. Those are the two new kind of main new mediums for our century. And this exhibition explores that relationship. And it creates entirely new possibilities for art in institutions, but also outside of institutions. And here we are at the very entrance of the Lium Museum. And we have a piece by Nina Chanel Abney, a very important and very visible American artist right now. And she works with a character that she calls her imaginary friend. And it's a kind of spiritual leader, I think, maybe even a Jesus Christ-like character. And Nina is a political artist, I would say. She's very interested in how art can appear in different contexts and mean different things if it's in a museum or if it's out in the city. And we launched this piece originally as part of an anti-racist march in Washington, the capital of the US. And there it had strong political significance. Here it's a little bit different, I guess, at the entrance of a Korean museum. But it shows how augmented reality can be a very important tool in the future, I think, for art in the public sphere. Art out there in the city, art in relationship to architecture, museums, political buildings.
What's in it for you? And I'll tell him, not a thing, Frank. I'm good. I present him with a scratch off.
So Kaleidoscope Eyes includes works by artists who work in very, very different ways. Some of them have a close relationship to contemporary technology. Chao Fei and Lu Yang, they're all working with digital tools. But some of the other artists have actually been introduced to these new possibilities within this show. Lee Bull, one of the best-known Korean artists internationally, is, I would say, a rather classical sculptural artist who works with materials, and we have produced her very first augmented reality piece, and it's called Willing to be Vulnerable, and it's a Zeppelin ship, but now totally dematerialized, and it grows. It starts very, very small, and it travels through the gallery space, and in the end, it even leaves the museum. I'm very happy with this dialogue with the Leo Museum, and it's extraordinary that we have been able to push all aspects of the show into this medium, including the essay, which I wrote on an old school laptop.